Get one. We're going to have a quick look at this Lenovo ThinkPad P1 Gen 7. This is a no fluff video, so we're just going to go straight into it. Basically, we've got the new Intel Core Ultra Series 1. Now, this one here can go anywhere between Ultra Core 7 to Ultra Core 9. This is a 7 on this one here. Now, we're just going to have a quick look at overall what it feels like, and then we'll go into temperatures and fan noise. So first off is just the keyboard. As usual, the beautiful keyboard from ThinkPad. Love it. I've always loved it. And if one big note is that recent times they've actually changed and flipped this around from function to control. Love it because that's just normal. Now the keyboard is backlit and they have 3 modes. So at the moment it's on high. So function space we get to off, medium and high. There's just the 3, that's all there is. And then we've also still got the G spot. I call it the G spot, but it's track point is what its official name is. And then you've got the 2 buttons, left and right click on right underneath here, and also the trackpad. Now the trackpad is mostly just haptic, so it's no longer mechanical, and it is a glass smooth surface to it. Very, very nice. And I love the keyboard and trackpad. Beautiful thing about ThinkPads. And same with the chassis. It is that magnesium alloy that you feel to it. Beautiful. Just will last for very long periods of time, basically. You can have. Now, the actual camera here does have a privacy shutter, so it's a flick of a switch and you can scroll through it. It's really nice and easy, so nothing more about that. And it's a 1440p webcam here. But overall, just that nice feel to it. Feels premium still. Very nice here. Looking at temperatures and fan noise, when I took my measurement, the ambient temperature room was 19 degrees Celsius. And just to give you an idea how hot or how cool this laptop could be, my hand measured in around about 36 degrees Celsius at this room temperature. So I took my base measurement when the computer was idle, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. As for the fan, pretty much stayed silent and measured in at 35 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 40 degrees Celsius. Then I put 20% load on all the system resources, that's including the discrete graphics, to simulate some average use. That's tasks like office productivity work, surfing the web, streaming video, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan, it did spin up a little bit, but was barely audible, but measured in at maximum of 36 decibels. And the average internal core temperature was 51 degrees Celsius. Then I put 50% load on all the system resources, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, it spun all the way up to a maximum of 41 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 68 degrees Celsius. Then I maxed out the system resources and put 100% load on all the system resources, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 43 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, spun all the way up to a maximum of 49 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 93 degrees Celsius. I also measured the bottom back cover while I had 100% utilization on all the system resources, and the hottest air around the bottom back cover measured in a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius. So you can barely feel this even with your hand, which is actually a big surprise. And of course, the fan noise was at 49 decibels. One of the most surprising thing for me, and this is a unique thing to Lenovo because I do know they do the best to maximize the performance on the hardware, I also noticed that while I had 100% load, it allowed 4 performance cores to sit pretty much constantly at 100 degrees Celsius. And basically, it's not trying to throttle it down. Normally, other manufacturers do try and throttle this down to keep it at a safe guard, but Lenovo really just allows the maximum performance while trying to keep it safe. So it is really just going really hard at it, and that was constant, which is amazing because it really did show in the performance scores. Measuring the color gamut coverage of the 16-inch widescreen ultra extended graphics array, which has a resolution of 1920 by 1200 and an aspect ratio of 16 by 10. It's an IPS display with a non-touch. Now this reached a maximum peak brightness of 400 nits. It resulted with 99.8% sRGB coverage, 77.2% Adobe RGB coverage, and 81.5% DCI P3 coverage. Now this is quite high, and it will be able to be used for photo and video editing work. The ThinkPad P1 Gen 7 comes with a large 90 watt-hour battery, and when I tested out the battery life, I managed to get 10 hours and 25 minutes for the modern office battery life test in PC Mark 10, 1 hour and 45 minutes for gaming, and 7 hours and 23 minutes for video playback in the Procom battery life test. Now these numbers aren't amazingly high, but that's probably because a lot of the battery drain is due to the GeForce RTX 4060 in this particular unit, which is mostly the biggest battery drain and most laptops. So it's not uncommon for a large, powerful computer like this, and more than likely, if you're doing some load intensive, especially with the graphics wise, that pulls in, you'll need to be close to power. Having a quick look at the internals, we can see that we have one slot of memory upgrade for the RAM, which means you can have a maximum capacity of 64 gigs of memory. Now we've got two slots of M.2. Now these are 2280 format, as you can see, which is fantastic. We've got the 90 watt hour battery at the bottom here, and we've got a twin fan, twin pipe heat system. Basically, intake air goes in from the bottom and goes out to the rear. Very nice and simple. And just to let you know, at the bottom of the bottom back cover, right next to the center screw, is a reset. Now this is good to help with power issues or battery issues, especially like ghost charging. This is the button. Just hold it down with a pencil or pen or paper clip down for about 5 to 10 seconds, and that will reset the power. So if you have some power issues, this is a great place to start with. Here is the result of the benchmarks from the ThinkPad P1 Gen 7. These are results for PassMark, Citybench 2024, PCMark, 3DMark, Crossmark, Crystal Disk Mark, Geekbench 6, Procon Office, Procon Machine Learning, Procon Video Edit, Puget Photoshop, Puget Lightroom, Puget Premiere Pro, Puget DaVinci Resolve, Blender, Luxmark, Furmark, Octane Bench, Eugene Engine, Spec View Pref 2020, and some gaming benchmarks like Far Cry 6, Cyberpunk 2077, Forza 5, F1 2024, and Wukong Black Myth. Overall, for the Lenovo ThinkPad P1 Gen 7, it does exactly what it says. It is a mobile workstation that actually performs at its best. Lenovo, again, has done what they promised, is basically allowing its hardware to run at its maximum performance while still keeping it safe, but being a mobile workstation, which means this can run for 24/7 at its fastest state as possible. So that's great, and it really does show that in the temperatures and fan noise as well as the performance. It's absolutely fantastic there. Now you got the nice ports, you got a nice good feel, and this is just robust as awesome. Got great display. The only thing I can say is I like to see a little bit better speakers from it, and that's about it. Just because of the price, it would be nice to actually add in some subwoofers. So it would be nice having a 4-speaker system rather than 2-speaker system. You are paying quite a bit of price for this, although this is not in the consumer range, nor is it made for multimedia consumption, but still you like to see some better speakers just to complete the package a bit. Great selection of ports, and of course has just a great performance and power. Now I hope you find this video informative, enjoyed it. If you did, is support my channel, smash the like button for me, share this video, it does help me out, and as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting, and I'll see you next video.